You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's After Show.
Hey everybody! Yeah!
We're jamming to some Beyonce, and Yael here doesn't even know why.
I don't know why.
But it's because I think Carter from Finding Carter has a big ego. Oh, I thought she was going to say ego.
No. Hey everybody, welcome to the Finding Carter AFTERBUZZ After Show. I'm your host, Yael, and of course with me is Kylie Hodges.
Oh, thank you, Yael.
We are super, super excited to be recapping the first 3 episodes of Finding Carter because we just started. So
yeah, it's a brand new show on MTV, and it seems like it's pretty popular. The Twitter world has been a-buzzing about it. So
yeah. So thank you to the Tweeples. That is why we are here. The Tweeples. So we're going to start with episode 1, the pilot.
Yeah.
Which is basically was an entire hour introducing the characters and the premise of the show. We start with Carter, who is with her friends, and they're partying at a carousel because that's what kids do.
Yeah, that seemed like a lot of work, but they knew it a little too well.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, guys, you know what we should do tonight? Let's not go to a party. Let's go break into a carousel.
That's what the cool kids are doing these days.
Carter, whenever she breaks the rules, she makes it look a little too easy.
Yeah, because she's a rebel.
She's a badass.
Yeah. So they break into the carousel. Of course, they get arrested. And then we find out that Carter is not really Carter.
Ooh.
And she is Lyndon
Wilson.
I was going to say Stevens, but that's Carter Stevens. Lyndon Wilson, who was kidnapped. And the woman who raised her, Lori Stevens, is actually her kidnapper.
And we don't even know if her name is Lori Stevens.
No, we have no idea who this woman is. And so we meet Carter's new family.
Dun, dun, dun.
We meet her mother, Detective Elizabeth Wilson, who, let's talk about Elizabeth.
Poor Elizabeth cannot catch a break with Carter. She's a strict mommy.
Yeah. That's what you're going to go with, that she can't catch a break?
Well, I kind of feel for her just because, on the grand scheme of moms, my mom is more an Elizabeth than a Lori Stevens.
Okay.
And I was more a Carter than a Taylor.
I see.
But I was never getting arrested.
Yeah.
I was just on my own, in my own world, doing my own thing because I did what I wanted.
Well, for someone who easily breaks into stuff and knows what she's doing, it surprises me that she keeps getting caught.
Yeah. Stealing, I don't like the whole stealing a car thing. I thought she could have done, been a little more creative.
Right.
Don't they have Lyft in Virginia?
Well, so we also meet her dad, David Wilson, who, for those who don't recognize him from Buffy, shame on you.
Uh-oh.
Shame on you.
Sorry. He does look familiar.
Yeah. She also finds out that she has a twin sister, Taylor, who is the polar opposite, the goody two-shoes, and a little brother, Grant, who is, I think, my favorite character.
He's totally badass. And he's really adorable, too.
He's so cute. So we meet all these people, and she still has her old friend Max. We meet also some new people, including Detective Kyle. I don't even know how to say his last name. Medeiros.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sure. Gabe's dad, who also happens to be a cop with Carter's mom, who happens to be having an affair with Carter's mom.
Having or had?
Had. He intended it to continue.
Sure.
But since she's not planning on leaving David because Carter's back, they're not really having an affair anymore.
Wait, did I miss this? Was she planning on leaving David before Carter came back?
In the pilot episode, I believe when we first meet them in the hotel, or in the motel really, because they're classy people.
Sure, yeah.
He says, I thought you were gonna leave David. I thought we were gonna be together, and she's like, no, Carter's back.
You're right.
Because she wants her family back.
That's right.
But I'm gonna be honest. Carter coming back is not going to solve whatever that problem was.
Carter returning is not bringing people together, let's say that.
Yeah.
Or it's bringing the wrong people together, I suppose.
Yeah. So Carter comes and goes to the new school and meets new friends. But before that, we're still in the pilot episode. She hatches this genius plan at the Froyo place to see her mother. And I think, honestly, this was the greatest thing. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but I totally saw it coming, where Carter goes to the Froyo place with Taylor and remembers that her mom and her had said that if they ever want to meet, it would be wherever the gummy bears are. Carter goes, gets a job at the Froyo place. All these people show up to take pictures of her because she's the mysterious girl who's been found. And she says, tweet it out, tell everyone where I work, put it on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, everywhere. I want everyone to know where I am so that they can find me and get pictures. And of course, genius plan to find her mom. Mm-hmm. The police figure it out and stake out the Froyo place. Luckily, Lori comes in, says hello, and sneaks off.
Poor Carter.
So that was the first episode.
It's quite the episode.
The second episode, we meet, it's called The Birds, yes?
Yeah.
Not Bird, The Birds.
The Birds, because there were lots of them.
Uh-huh.
Not the actual animal, but the finger.
Yeah. So we meet Carter's new friends. She goes to school, makes new friends, including Gabe, who is Taylor's love interest.
He's cute.
Is he?
He's cute, but he's a little too good. It's like a little extreme for me, like how the world of Grain Falls, Virginia, all the children are such goody two-shoes, and York, PA, where Carter was living, is full of badasses. And it's like Grain Falls had never seen someone who didn't wear an American Eagle button-up.
Well, I mean, I think Gabe he's kind of he's definitely a goody two shoes, but he hangs out with the bad kids.
Yeah, which is also interesting.
Or at least he did after Carter showed up. I mean, he knew of them and then he met them and hung out with them. And so again, we meet Bird, who is poor little rich girl whose parents gave her this art studio where they party.
Oh, life is hard.
Yeah, really. And Ophi, which stands for one frickin' eyebrow.
Are you serious?
Yeah. My question is, why does he have two? Did he start tweezing? Is that what happened?
Must be. Yeah. They must have united right in the middle, and he created a barrier of skin.
Yes.
Tweezers.
Nice.
That's funny.
Yeah.
One frickin' eyebrow.
And I think what happens in this episode that really I liked was that we get to see Carter ease into just being the cool kid, which, there are so many teen movies about trying to be the cool kid at a new school. I can think of, the new guy and Never Been Kissed and all of those movies where they're like, I'm gonna be the cool kid. Oh,
wah, wah.
Yeah. So Carter just walks in and is like, I'm awesome, guys. I'm just cool.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Ever been arrested from a carousel? No, I have. Jealous.
I was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Now I live with a detective.
I have one more complaint.
Yeah.
Carter hasn't cried.
She kind of cries when she's looking at the photo of Lori, her old mom.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's your one complaint, is that she hasn't cried yet?
I'm sure I have other complaints, but I forgot to write them down. I did write down cry ?
Well, her friends help her pull off this amazing food court prank to F with the police, which here's my problem with this prank that they pull. The police, one, seem to be really stupid. Really stupid.
Yeah. If they let 16-year-olds fool them.
Yeah. And I love the way Gabe expresses how he's going to do the plan. He's like, look, it's got to be, there's got to be a puzzle to it, but it can't be too difficult. They need to be able to figure it out, and they're not bright. So this kid knows the police better than the police know themselves. And that's kind of sad.
I've noticed that throughout the episodes, that Gabe is much smarter than people realize, and he's kind of a step ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm. And I really like all the new characters. I like all the new friends. We get to this drug-fueled party because, she's got to rebel some more.
Carter needs her wild ways.
Yeah. And she makes out with everyone in sight.
And Taylor is there. Taylor had never been to
yeah.
a party before.
Oh, poor Taylor. Can we talk about why Taylor doesn't do things?
She's like a child slave in a upper middle class home.
Yeah.
She's the free labor that every household like that has ever dreamed of.
Yeah.
She makes her own damn croutons. Who makes their own croutons? They come in a box for $2.
Well, she makes everything. She cooks everyone dinner, which is insane. I want to get to the third episode. I know we totally skipped pretty much everything from the first 2 episodes, but we're running low on time. We have 3 episodes to cover. And I don't want people to think we forgot about the beautiful therapy session that they went to and that amazing scene between Grant and Carter, the armadillo and the elephant. Amazing. I love it, but we have to move on. And before we do, I just want to remind everyone about iTunes. We do this podcast for free, and we did it because we saw people on Twitter saying, hey, cover this show. And another way you can tell us that you want us to cover shows is to go on iTunes, rate and review the shows. We give them to you for free. We love doing it. We are clearly fans of the show. And all you got to do is give us a 5-star rating if you like us, a 4-star rating if you don't, and leave a comment. Let us know what we can do better. Let us know that we should do each episode separately so we can talk about them. Just let us know. That'd be great. All right, let's move on to episode 3 real quick, The Drive. So we start with Elizabeth and Kyle having a conversation about Lori's aliases over the phone. Of course, adorable, the parallel of Gabe listening on Kyle's end and Carter listening on the other end. Adorable. But then we have Elizabeth forces Carter to apologize to all the cops about the food court prank. And it's the cutest scene, and she meets B Jerky.
Oh yeah, I don't even know how you're supposed to actually say it.
Bjerke.
Bjerke.
I really hope B Jerky comes back. I think that's such a fun name. I hope he's there.
He's gonna be the one that ultimately solves all this. He's gonna be the hero.
Not the cop who tells her that we have no clue where your mom is, and you should be happy. I can't stand Elizabeth. How could you live with her? What a terrible police officer. The worst.
Well, we already concluded they're not the brightest.
Yeah, that's true. So after she apologizes and sees this, bad boy getting arrested, Kathryn, Elizabeth and Carter, put that together, you get Kathryn. Elizabeth and Carter have a conversation about Carter's new curfew, and which is 10 p.m. And I'm going to say it. I don't know if that's early for most people, but to me that is ridiculous.
That's early. When I was that age, it was midnight.
Unless
it's a school night.
I could see a 10:30 school night and midnight weekend. I could see that, but it was just 10, period.
Yeah, that's dumb, Elizabeth.
Yeah. So Carter, of course, is hanging out with her friends and meets Crash, the bad boy from the police station.
Yeah, he's dreamy.
Who's a bad boy drug dealer, and who knows what else.
Criminal extraordinaire.
Yeah. And they get, it's almost 10. And so she's like, I got to go home. I have curfew. And I like that she was going to do it. That she was like, all right, I'm going to make an effort and go home at curfew. But of course, Crash, the bad boy, is like, this will make your mom real upset. Why don't we all come over? And I got to say, that's super smart. If you're trying to anger someone, that's a genius way to do it.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than, taking a rule and throwing it back in their face by finding a loophole.
Yeah, I love loopholes.
I feel like Elizabeth probably has the worst blood pressure.
Oh, I believe it. I totally believe
Every time
it.
Carter just opens her mouth, it just goes up.
Yeah. So Carter, being the loophole genius that she is, / steals Crash's idea, takes all of her friends home with her, which I love. So they meet Bird and Ophi. They know Gabe, and then Crash comes in.
Dun, dun, dun.
Elizabeth, I like that she pulls David aside and is like, I want you to be the bad guy. I can't keep being the bad guy. I like that she does that. And
it shows that she's not completely irrational with her reactions to things.
I feel like, and this episode, I feel like we got to know her more, and she got to really open up about being human.
Yeah.
And it's really nice.
Totally.
We're chipping away her walls, and I like it. So David comes out, and he's going to tell Crash to leave, but Crash at that moment is teaching little Grant how to roll a joint.
Not the smartest thing to do when, parents are out and about.
Well, I think he just wants to be a jerk. That's just his way. I'm
That's
a
his
jerk.
thing.
Yeah. So David angrily throws him out. And I love that Carter finally sees it and goes like, yeah, get out. That's messed up. But of course, Elizabeth.
She ruined it.
Yeah, she has to take it too far. And she's like, well, you can never see him again. So what does Carter do? Make out with him. Because,
Carter's like, oh, I'm good at this.
yeah, Carter just makes out with everybody.
Everything. Watch out. She might try and make out with us.
Yeah.
She's going to jump out of the TV. She knows it would piss off Elizabeth.
Yeah. We should start a tally onto who
Yeah,
she's
a
made out
makeout
with.
tally.
Yeah.
All right.
So far we've got Max. Are you ready to get
Yeah,
good?
I am.
Max, Gabe, Crash.
I bet the next episode there's going to be a girl.
You think so?
Yeah, because I could see Carter being like,
Oh, for sure.
oh, I'm going to dabble with the other side,
Yeah.
the other team.
For sure. I think she definitely would. But I like that we're
tally
making
for each.
tallies.
Yep.
Awesome. So Crash leaves, and the next day we see this amazing father-daughter scene with David and Carter at the
Farmer's market.
at the farmer's market. Thank you. I was like, what are those called? Where there's the
with
fruit.
the food and the farmers.
Yeah, at a market. And it's the greatest little father-daughter conversation. They're getting to know each other. But Carter is kind of a little S, is the word I'm going to go with. She's kind of a little S. And she's like, I don't understand how you're with Elizabeth. Like, that's ridiculous.
It's very ballsy of her to talk so much shit about this guy's wife.
I like that I said S and
Oh,
then
yeah.
just straight
Whoops.
up said it. Great.
My bad. Sorry, people under 18. Like, don't you think, you would maybe think, oh, he's been married to her for, I don't know, almost 20 years. He's probably going to be more on her side than mine.
Yeah. Like, that's his wife.
Yeah. Maybe I should think before I talk about her.
And then she has the balls to say, like, I wish you would have met my mom. Like, you guys would have hit it off. She's, in his mind, she's the woman who kidnapped you from him. That's so ridiculous.
I think Carter feels like she didn't get kidnapped until she got brought into Elizabeth's home.
Oh, for sure. I think she even
That's
says
how she
that.
sees it, yeah.
Yeah. So that amazing little heart to heart. And then David sees his publicist and is like, I want to make this a novel. I want it to be fiction. And the publicist, being a smart publicist, was like, nope, that's all.
I don't like that publicist. He's up to no good.
I feel like he's going to end up being even worse.
Totally.
I don't trust him. So Taylor making dinner, the slave that she is.
Poor Taylor. And her croutons.
Her and Max are making dinner together, which is so cute. I forgot that he was still there. I really didn't even realize that he was staying that long.
Yeah.
Because it was like, he's going to stay with us for a bit.
I thought it was just like a one episode thing.
Yeah. But he's still there. And he is so sweet to Taylor, and he tells her that she's beautiful and that she's cooler than Carter a bit. And of course, in that moment, Taylor falls in love with him because
Taylor's like a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
She falls in love with anything she lays eyes on.
Well, I think
But
she needs somebody's giving her attention.
Yeah, she's not used to that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she's not more bitter towards Carter.
Oh, agreed. I mean,
I would think she would hate her. There'd
Yeah.
be some sort of like bigger rivalry, but maybe that'll develop.
yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, I just am surprised that when they met, Carter didn't, there's always that like twins feel each other or like know or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't have a twin, but
Neither.
I feel like that's something that they usually do. And so I was surprised that didn't come up. But I guess now it's just going to be resentment.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And a battle between good twin and bad twin, maybe.
And who's the good twin? Who's the bad twin?
The roles might change throughout the season.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
But of course, Elizabeth comes in and realizes, wouldn't it be nice if Max and Carter got together? And I love Max's response. Like, we used to date, but, we're better as friends with benefits. So, like, her parents know that she is sexually active.
Yeah.
And I think that that's such a new concept to them because look at their other kids.
Yeah, Taylor's never even touched a dude, probably. Or a girl. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that would be interesting.
How crazy would that be if it was like Taylor was like, oh, surprise, I'm a lesbian.
Well, I mean, we've seen how much she's in love with Gabe.
Yeah.
So no way she's gonna be straight up gay.
Probably not yet.
Where was I? I apologize.
So at this point,
yes, Elizabeth. Yes, thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome. I got you.
So Elizabeth decides, finally figures out how Carter's brain works, and is like, oh, I'm gonna put these people together. I'm gonna hook up Carter and Max. What a genius idea.
So smart.
So smart. So they're having dinner, and it's a family dinner, and Max comes down to sit down, and Elizabeth is a jerk and is like, get out. Like, well, she's not like that. She's not that mean.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. She's like, this is a family dinner. Also, your stuff is everywhere. Clean your S up and get out. I'm trying not to swear.
I know. We'll try and keep it PG.
Yeah.
We'll do my part as well.
So, of course, Carter, doing the opposite of whatever, is like, no, you can't kick him out. He's my friend and you're being rude. And she was being rude.
It's true.
So Carter takes his stuff and puts him in her room. And luckily, Taylor's there in the next morning to tell her that, like, she got played.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
But guess what? He slept on the floor.
He slept on the floor.
You got played, Elizabeth.
I feel like it's weird that Carter thought that the fact that they didn't have sex is going to, like, upset her mom. That's just weird. Meanwhile, Carter's friends are looking through the alias list that we get, that Elizabeth and Kyle found. Luckily, Gabe is a creeper and took a picture of it. And they find one name, and it's Kathryn Riley. They go down, track that name down, and find out that the woman who was living there, who looks like Lori, whose name was Kathryn, has said that she's no longer living there. She's going to move in with her daughter. So to Carter, that means that her mom is still out there looking for her, which is great. And of course, bad boy Crash doesn't give up so easy. He shows up at Carter's school with a nice Mustang. And he's like, get in, let's go for a ride. So, of course, she gets in without asking, which is stupid.
Carter's not known for making the smartest of choices.
Yeah. So they go and they're sitting and having a nice heart-to-heart and getting to know about him and getting to know about her and blah, 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 when they hear sirens. And Carter says, I don't really like the sound of sirens anymore. They upset me. And he's like, yeah, me too. So they drive off. And then it hits her that the car was stolen.
Oh, I'm hanging out with a criminal. That just now occurred to her.
Yeah.
That she's in a car with a guy who she met in jail.
Yeah. What was she thinking? So she forces him to pull over, which I really didn't think he would do. Mm-hmm. I thought he was going to be a jerk and like force her to stay and that they were going to get arrested together, or that he was going to slow down enough for her to tuck and roll. That's what I thought. Luckily, she's able to get out safely, which surprises me. And she calls the one person she can rely on, her
David.
father. Aww. So Daddy shows up, picks her up. And I love that they have another sweet moment where they talk about how he is, you know, he's her father. He got to be there to save her and protect her. And she gives him a big hug, their first hug, and calls him Dad. And it was so cute.
But guess what happens while they're hugging?
What happens while they're hugging?
Lori Stevens is watching. From the bushes.
She is.
Dun, dun, dun.
So Lori sees them and she looks pissed. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I think this is the perfect time to go into predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
So in the promo for next week, we see there's a Bird versus Carter fight. Mm-hmm. Max is finally going home. Aww. I totally thought he was gone already. And Taylor's sad about that, obviously.
Right.
And Lori confronts Max and looks very angry. So, Kylie, what do you think's going to happen next week?
This is hard.
Yeah.
I think Carter is going to kiss another boy.
A new boy.
Yes, a new boy.
Okay.
And I think that Lori will attempt to see Carter, but I don't think it's going to happen this coming episode.
Those are good predictions.
Thank you.
I like those.
Thank you.
I agree. I think Carter is definitely going to kiss a new boy. I think we're just going to add names to the list before we add tallies. I think that Lori is going to make contact somehow, maybe through Max. But I'm really excited to see more of Lori this season, because it would really, really bum me out if her whole arc is just like, you know, watching from afar.
Yeah, no, that won't happen. That definitely won't. I feel like it'll be a lot of close encounters, and, you know, we're going to think that it's resolved, and then suddenly something from left field comes out. So
Great. Well, this has been the Finding Carter after show. Kylie, tell the people where they can find you online.
People, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Kylie Hodges.
Awesome. And you can find me online at yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. And on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Plus at YaelTygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And we will see you next week for an all-new Finding Carter.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.